Would it be a deal breaker for you if someone said, for example, terminate the Constitution?
Absolutely.
Can I read you a message of Trump saying that on True Social? So here's him on True Social, and right there he says a massive fraud, talking about his belief that the election was stolen, of this type and magnitude allows for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution.
No, I don't agree with that.
So if that was a deal breaker, then why isn't that something that really makes you question supporting him?
Well, it's a good question. I mean, now you have started me questioning that. I mean, I haven't seen that. Okay. If that was from Donald Trump, President Trump, I'll look into that. As far as I was aware, he was all about the Constitution, family, God, guns, what our founding fathers strive to, principles to live by. So that's news to me. I hadn't seen that.
President Trump follows the law. That's why they have zero. They have nothing on this guy.
When it comes to the 91 indictments,
all fake. All fake.
All fake. There's phone calls of Trump calling Brad Raffensperger.
No.
Have you heard the phone call of Trump calling Raffensperger?
No, I didn't hear that one, so I can't comment on it.
It's an incredibly famous phone call. Trump calls Brad Raffensperger, who is the Secretary of State of Georgia, and he says,
you're talking about that one.
I need you to find 11,780 votes. One more than what we want.
That is BS.
Why is it BS?
It's BS. Everybody seen the videos, okay? We've all seen the videos of sticking the ballots. You remember?
The videos that Trump took to court and they were shot down immediately?
We've all seen the videos in Georgia when they sent the poll watchers home and they went to the table, pulled out the suitcases out from under the table. Listen, we've all seen the videos, okay? So you're trolling me now.
No,
you are. You really are.
You know that case you talked about where they pulled the suitcase out? We've seen that video, right? They pulled the suitcase out. So it's like a 5-10 second clip. You know how sometimes liberals take 5-second clips of Trump out of context? Basically, what happened is this 5-second clip was out of context. They brought it to a court, and the judge, who was appointed by... Can I finish?
I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done now. Because I'm going to go do a real interview so it can get on the air.
Is the Earth round or flat?
The Earth's flat.
Do you think the Earth is round or flat?
I know we didn't go to the moon.
We didn't go to the moon?
No, we didn't go to the moon.
Why do you say that?
Because you can't get out of the atmosphere.
Round or flat?
I'm not really sure.
You're not sure? Could be flat?
Could be.
Earth round or flat?
Well, you know the answer to that. Can you tell me what you think?
Please answer me, please.
No, because I want to know. Tell me. Cause,
I believe the Earth is round.
From NASA's pictures, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you know of CGI, right?
I've heard of CGI, yeah.
Yeah. So I believe in the Bible, in Genesis, under the dome. It plainly tells you there, under a firmament, dome. So it's, it's flat as a pancake.
Would you vote for someone that's been held legally responsible for sexual abuse?
That wasn't a fair conviction at all.
What was unfair about it?
It was completely inaccurate. The area where they held it in Manhattan, there's very few Trump supporters there. He wasn't found liable by a jury of his peers.
It was a jury of his peers. There were 9 jurors, 7 men and 2 women. The lawyers actually select the jury.
Yeah, so
did Trump hire bad lawyers?
No, if there's not very many good ones to pick from, what are they going to do?
So you think all the jurors in selection are bad?
I didn't say that. Don't put words in my mouth.
No, but is that what you believe?
I didn't say that.
But is that what you believe?
I didn't say that. I'm done with you. I think that you're trying to push an agenda, which I don't agree with.
What agenda do you think that is?
The other side.
So something that you disagree with?
The other side.
So do you not want to interact with people you disagree with?
Because it's a losing game.
A losing game if you interact with people who disagree with you?
An object. The money is for the power. They're sick on power.
Yet another example of Republicans carelessly throwing around the words Marxism and communism without being able to provide an accurate definition. Marxism does not mean you're just for power. And if you ask most Biden supporters, they'll say that they are not in favor of Marxism. Marxism and liberalism does not go hand in hand. But this guy in particular had an obsession with just throwing out as many names as he could, these random niche donors, and acting like that was some sort of own. There's a point later on in the interview where he lists 6 to 7 names in a row and tries to act like, because I don't know all of these random names, that I'm not doing my own research. I then ask him, where do you do your research? And he can't even give me an answer on that. What do you think about January 6th, the riot of the Capitol?
Well, listen, everybody knows that President Trump asked for more National Guard, right? And but Nancy Pelosi refused, right?
Donald Trump was in the White House, and he has direct control. He is the commander-in-chief, right? Donald Trump was the commander-in-chief.
It's her job to protect it. That was her job, the speaker, right?
But the commander-in-chief has control over the National Guard, has ultimate authority.
No, that's BS. That's all promulgated by the fake news media. You realize the fake news media, there's 6 companies, okay, that own over 90% of your media. Well over 90%, okay? And it's a controlled media pushing a controlled narrative, okay? Compared to 37 years ago, we had 50 companies, okay?
So can I ask you, what media sources do you trust personally?
I do my own research, my friend.
From where? Like what websites?
I can't tell you all my sources. I got a lot of sources.
A lot of sources, yeah.
Yeah, some of them I can't even tell you.
Nothing makes me more confident in someone's political beliefs than them telling me they can't even tell me their sources. This guy is full of cognitive dissonance from head to toe, and honestly, people like this aren't even worth talking to. I'm glad the interview was cut short after he rage quit. But there are still a lot of MAGA that are on the edge. You either have to vote for Kamala or Putin. Who do you choose?
Oh, definitely Putin.
Putin.
Really? Why?
Absolutely. He's for his people. He is for his people.
Yeah, Putin's values on family and on traditions and, protecting children. It almost sounds like, I'm not a pro-Putin guy.
So you think the country would be better off under a rule like a Kim Jong-un or somebody, or Vladimir Putin?
Hey, I love Russia.
You do? Why?
Yeah, it's beautiful. The people are wonderful.
I'm not a fan of Putin, but Kamala is for communism and taking our whole taking us further down the crap hole.
This is going to be a tough one, but what's your definition of communism? I just want to know.
I believe, it starts off great. I see how people can be attracted to it, like, oh, everybody's even.
Would you rather vote for VP Harris or Vladimir Putin if you had to choose?
I would actually vote for Putin if I had to, for the simple reason, if you understand Marxism and communism, you can work within it. They don't kill business. They don't try to make everybody totally subservient. And if you've noticed, the Soviet Union, we'll call it, or Russia now, has become more capitalistic since the wall fell.
It's almost like a trap. Once they get you trapped, you become one of their drones, and it leads to totalitarianism.
Can I give you my point of view, respectfully
yes,
push back?
I love that.
So when it comes to Vladimir Putin, I'm not a fan of him just because I simply think he is a dictator who spreads disinformation and tries to sway people. So I think on X right now, there is a lot of disinformation that makes people pro-Russia, when in reality, Vladimir Putin hates everything about the West. He hates everything about America. And he is like our enemy to the very core. He invaded Ukraine, which, do you think that his invasion of Ukraine was justified, or?
Well, with Barack Obama and John McCain setting up the biolabs with Victoria Nuland in Ukraine.
Were things cheaper under Trump than under Biden?
Things were cheaper under Trump.
Yeah, great. So what is he going to do different now that Biden didn't do is that he's going to bring back to our drilling from home at first, for one.
Wait, don't we already drill at home, though? Also, wait, just checking real quick. Were you younger under Trump or were you younger under Biden?
That's not a same comparison.
I didn't say it was. I was just asking. I was just curious. Were you younger under Trump or were you younger under Biden?
I'm not sure what your point is.
I'm not making up. I'm just literally just asking a question. Were you younger when Trump was president or were you younger when Biden was president?
Because it's a really silly question. So is this what we're going to go through?
It was just a really easy question. Were you younger under Trump or were you younger under Biden?
I got plenty of other things to do. So if
okay. He left. Wow. Geez. What a. Yeah. How unfortunate that he didn't understand that time moves in one direction. How unfortunate for that guy. Man, it's crazy to be brain broken with just such a simple question. I can't believe that dude's entire reality fell apart before his eyes on a very simple question of was he younger under Trump? I just wanted to know. I was just curious. Jesus
Christ. All right, folks. Well,
Okay, so we've all had the question, like, why the fuck are Trump supporters so mad even though they won? And I found the answer. Okay, this is a Reddit comment. Imagine you've been holding in a shit and then you shit yourself in an elevator. You're gonna feel good for about 5 seconds until you realize you just shit yourself. And everyone around you is disgusted. You'll try to rationalize it, say you had to go, that you have toilet anxiety, but it'll never erase the shame. These people shit themselves in an elevator, and they want us to validate that it was okay. Perfect. 0 notes.
Voting Camel.
I'm very confident she will take this country in the correct direction.
Even though Trump already did in his first term?
That's just not true.
How do you know? You were like 12 when you got elected. You don't know anything.
I was far more educated than you were, clearly, when he was president.
You were far more educated than me. You can go band for band right now.
Band
because
for band?
money and smarts go hand in hand.
I disagree.
You don't think so?
I mean, daddy's money.
My dad's not even alive, so.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
It's too far. You stand on that business. You're making fun of my dad. Stand on that business. Stand on it. Donald Trump or Kamala Harris?
Donald Trump.
I thought you were going to say Kamala because you said you're from Texas, obviously, right?
But why would you think I would vote for her?
Well, because I thought people from Texas had a brain.
We do. That's why we're voting for Donald Trump.
I'd beg to differ about that, about having a brain part. If you're going to vote for someone like Trump, who's clearly racist, sexist, senile, and all the above. And actually, if you do align with his views, then that also probably makes you the same way. But just by default, right? Legal immigrants aren't allowed in anymore because Trump doesn't want illegal immigrants in the country.
No,
you don't think everyone should just be able to just run right in the country?
I walk up to your table and just take all your stuff.
Well, you can't take my equipment, though. It's mine.
You can't come into my country because it's...
Well, it's not your country.
Sure it is.
You don't
It's
own
everybody's
you don't own the
country.
country. You're not the CEO of the country, right?
There isn't a CEO of the country.
But you said it's my country. What do you mean by
Correct.
my country?
Because this is where you live. This is where I was born.
Is your last name America?
The country is the people.
No, but you said it's my country. I
It
run
is
this
my
shit.
country.
You said I run the country. I run the country. Like I run
I
this
said I
shit.
run
Well, you
the
said you run this shit.
So you're putting words into people's mouth, which is wrong.
I'm not putting words
you
into
should not do that.
I'm just taking their words and expanding them a little bit.
You just make stuff up and expect
say
me
it's
to
a
believe it
quote
just because you
and-
say it.
yeah.
It's true.
Pretty much everything I say is true.
Are you for or against gay marriage?
I'm against.
Is there a reason why?
Well, it's not biblical. I mean, I believe in what the Bible says.
Leviticus 20:13, if a man lays with a man as he lays with a woman, surely he should be put to death. I have a question. Have you ever eaten shrimp before?
But no, what?
Have you eaten shrimp before?
Yeah.
Do you think we should outlaw eating shrimp?
No.
Because in Leviticus it says not to eat shrimp.
I didn't read that.
It's in the Bible.
I didn't read it.
Have you ever eaten pork before?
Of course.
Do you think we should outlaw eating pork?
No.
It's in the Bible that you can't eat pork, though.
I didn't read it that way.
Should we outlaw gay marriage?
Touch me and you fucking get fucked with. Don't touch me and you get fucked. I wouldn't touch you. Go home. That's so fucking funny. Take a mustache like you. That's so fucking funny. Speak up. Shut the fuck up. Let's go, America. Fuck the communists. Let's go, America. That's so fucking funny. Take a mustache like you. Take a mustache like you, buddy. Take a mustache like you.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast. That's the sound of the police.
That's so fucking funny.
So, bro, how does it feel knowing Trump's the best president we ever had?
I don't give a what you talking about, bro. You living your boring ass life on the internet. I'm out here in the real world, bro.
That's
internet.
the first time you touch grass and we
You
get
ain't nothing
your
else
teeth,
to
get your
do.
teeth fixed. You're a
Asking
liberal.
people dumbass questions, bro.
You're a
like,
liberal. Did I hit a nerve or no? Are you that mad or what? Scale of 1 through 10, how mad are you?
I'm gonna just delete the whole app. You want to be a screamer?
I don't scream. I know you scream because you're emotionally immature. You're a grown man, by the way, outside screaming in a Lowe's parking lot. How do you
rich
feel?
as fuck is you talking about Lowe's, you stupid bitch. I'm not even finna show you where the fuck I'm at. This is my shit. Shut your stupid ass up.
Lowe's parking lot, you're mad.
All you niggas do on here is jack off all day.
Yeah, I'm one of them. I don't give a
fucking-
fuck. I lasted 4 minutes.
It's like he's just talking about shit that you don't even know. It's how I talk,
Like
bro.
a bitch?
Talk like your dad. He a bitch.